What is up, guys? Just a mechanic. Welcome back to another video. So as promised, I did tell you guys that I have another painting video coming up, and let me show you guys what I got and also some quick little garage updates that I did. So let's get started. So we're finally going to be painting the rear bumper for the Honda Civic project car, along with the little molding on the side and also the fender. Now I still gotta wipe these down, so don't pay attention to all the dust right now, because I still gotta wipe it down and do some final things before I actually paint. Like I said, little shop updates. I installed the filter. As you can see, I'm not utilizing the Harbor Freight one as of right now, because just a small paint job will change these beads fairly quickly into this. So I decided to just bypass this and go ahead and utilize this filter for now and see how it works out for me. Also, a couple additions. I'm trying to improve my ventilation, so I also went to Lowe's and ended up purchasing this 24-inch high velocity drum fan. The CFM is 7800 CFM, so it should be able to blow out plenty of air. It's pretty similar to the one from Harbor Freight, but about the same price. So yeah, I bought this at Lowe's, and let's see what else. Oh yeah, a couple other things I purchased. I got a little pump sprayer. If you're wondering what's inside of it, it's a window cleaner and water. If you guys, or actually to be more specific, it's Windex and water. Basically, if you know anything about some of the guys that work in the body shop, use isopropyl alcohol and a little bit of water mix, and that's what they use to wipe down their panels before they paint. Well, due to the coronavirus, obviously alcohol is hard to find these days. So I opted to look for a chemical that also contained isopropyl, or isopropon, I believe they call it, and make sure that it had that. If you look at the Windex label, all it has is like 3 or 4 ingredients. One is water, one is isopropyl alcohol, and a couple other things like food coloring and all that stuff to give it color, and ammonia. And yeah, that's it. So basically I'm going to be using that to wipe down the panels. And one other thing, oh yeah, little pump sprayer. I'm going to go ahead and wet the floor this time in this paint job and see if this improves you know, the dust and trash that I get on some of my paint jobs, hopefully to reduce you know, a lot of cleaning and you know, buffing and color sanding and whatnot. As you guys can see, I only have one stand, so I'm kind of have it situated to where I can still paint both parts at the same time and not have to yeah, not you know, have to paint one part at a time. I could still paint both of them at the same time. So that's kind of what I was going for, and as you can see, it kind of pretty much works out for me. Maybe a little bit more of adjustment here and there, but it works out. So anyway, I'm going to get started. I'm going to be using 2 different cameras. This camera is my high-end camera, so I don't want to get this thing full of overspray. So I'll cut you guys back in when I'm ready to paint. Alright, so if you're new to the channel, these are the materials I'm using. It's a R81 Milano Red Honda base coat. This is a Eurochem. And then the MS2K Clear, also by Eurochem. And yeah, so let's get to it. Alrighty guys, so let's check out that paint job. This was done with the Tekna prolite and the Sata for clear. So Tekna with the base, Sata with clear. And yes, I did get a lot of trash, but you can see, oh, come on, focus. You can see pretty good finish. Very nice finish. Honestly guys, I am floored at how good this Sata performs. Look at that. She looks pretty. Like I said, she did get trash. I got a hair right here. I think it came out of my beard or something. Got a few specks of, quite a few specks of trash. But she's all one color. Honestly, these Satas, I see why people love them. This thing is super fast. You can spray clear very quickly. I'm floored at how good this gun actually is, and it rightfully so. You know, it's technically one of the best spray gun companies in the world, so I could see why. What are my opinions on the Tekna? Obviously, when you go from this gun to that gun, I see a big difference. And I sprayed this one with base, and it really seems like it's a lot slower. You know, the Tekna prolite is a bit slower. I had to open it up almost all the way in order to move. Whereas the Sata, I actually had to turn in the fluid because it was just hosing the paint on. And definitely not for a beginner. This is my first time spraying with the Sata, so you know I'm not trying to say I'm an expert or anything on it, but there is a big difference in the way this thing sprays, and it's a fast mover for sure. I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner painter. I would say get some experience first before you jump to this one. And to be honest, you're gonna tell right away how fast this Sata is compared to whatever else you're painting with, whether it be a Black Widow. Some of you guys might be interested in, you know, a shootout with the Sata versus the Black Widow. I would be interested to see that as well. But to be honest, I think the Sata would still outperform the Black Widow. The Sata is just too good, too fast, very light, and it just pumps it on. And to be honest, I've sprayed with the Widow numerous times, and it just doesn't move that fast compared to a Sata. So definitely a big surprise there. I see why the Sata guys like them. So anyway, that's not to take away from the Tekna. The Tekna is still a very good performing spray gun. It's very light, and you know, it's still one of my favorite guns as well. But I think I'm going to have to leave this one for base, and for now on, this guy is my clear gun. But yeah, guys, finally the bumper is one color. I know I promised this paint job like forever ago, and I just haven't really got around to it, but finally I had some time. With the whole coronavirus thing going on, I'm not really working that much, so I figured right now would be a perfect time to paint. So you guys can see my reflection right there. Look at that. Hello. But she's looking good. Like I said, I did get trash. You know, if you guys are gonna nitpick me for that, I mean, I am in a single car garage. I did everything I could to avoid trash, to be honest with you. I wet the floor, that didn't work. I got better ventilation, that didn't work. Honestly, I think it's just this garage alone, you know, like it's, I don't know what it is, but I just think the garage is just too small, and whatever you do, you're just still gonna get trash in it. So yeah, it is what it is. All that could be really just fixed with some good color sanding, and this thing will look like a mirror. So I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, like I said, there is some trash in it. You can see the specks there in the camera, but overall, I mean, this thing looks awesome. I'm really happy with it. Besides the trash, of course. But honestly, guys, yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better. Given that, you know, I'm not in a booth or anything like that. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that one. Sata gets a thumbs up. That thing performs really well. And yeah, that's my new clear gun, guys. Anyway, guys, I'm just a mechanic, and I hope you guys stay spraying. Catch you guys on the next one. Bye.